Kevin Federline is breaking his silence, reflecting on life with Britney Spears, his battles with her father Jamie, and how he's handled years of public judgment as a dad under the spotlight. It's been nearly 2 decades since Kevin and Britney's whirlwind romance captured the world's attention. The former couple, who share 2 sons, Sean, Preston, and Jaden, have weathered fame, fallout, and the intense scrutiny that comes with being tied to one of pop music's biggest icons. Now, with the release of his new memoir, You Thought You Knew, Kevin is reclaiming his story. In it, he doesn't hold back, addressing everything from Britney's conservatorship to his own complicated relationship with her family. For years, Kevin has been labeled a professional father. Critics have questioned his career choices, his finances, and his decision to largely step away from the spotlight. But when Britney's ex-husband, Sam Asghari, took aim at him earlier this year, Kevin had something to say. "When me and Britney were together, Sam was probably 10 or 12 years old," he said. "He doesn't understand where the roots of this thing are." Kevin made it clear his loyalty lies with his sons, not public opinion. "You're judging me as a father, and you've never had kids," he said. "It doesn't matter what he says. It matters what my children say." Federline also didn't mince words about Sam's marriage to Britney, which ended earlier this year. "I have a hard time having any kind of respect for Sam," he said. "What type of man gets involved in a situation like the one he got himself into with her?" For Kevin, that situation was Britney's 13-year conservatorship, a legal arrangement that controlled nearly every aspect of her life. There was real, true emotion there. I'm not saying theirs wasn't, but I saw it from a different place. It was the happiest time of our lives. That time, of course, came before the breakdowns, the court battles, and the Free Britney movement that would redefine her legacy. For her part, has pushed back at Kevin's version of events. Through her representatives, she's accused him of profiting off her name with his upcoming memoir, calling the project exploitative. Still, Kevin insists his story isn't about tearing Britney down, but setting the record straight. For years, rumors have followed him, including speculation that his move to Hawaii was financially motivated. Allegedly to extend child support payments, Kevin calls that narrative ridiculous. "Anybody that knows that California governs everything. My custody? That's where everything falls under. Hawaii had nothing to do with it." He says his focus has always been on giving his sons a stable, private life. "I've done what I had to do for my kids. That's it," he said, and that includes navigating their complicated relationship with their grandfather, Jamie Spears. Back in 2019, Kevin filed a restraining order against Jamie following an alleged physical altercation between Jamie and his grandson, Preston. For years, that incident fractured the family. But recently, things have shifted. "My sons just wound up seeing their grandfather," Kevin shared. "They've been talking for years, but they just went to Louisiana and saw him for the first time since 2018, a couple months ago." Jamie Spears, once viewed as the villain of Britney's conservatorship, remains one of the most divisive figures in her story. "He's a flawed man," Kevin admitted. "When the Free Britney movement started, it came from a good place, but it ruined a lot of things. Jamie took the brunt of all that. Everybody deserves to be free, but at what cost? If it's at your own self-destruction, is that really freedom?" It's a rare moment of empathy from someone who's lived through the storm from the inside. For Kevin, the conservatorship wasn't just a legal battle, it was an emotional one. Watching the mother of his children struggle under court control while protecting his sons from the chaos became his life's defining challenge. And while the world cheered for Britney's freedom, Kevin says he couldn't ignore the toll it took. "It came from a good place," he said of the movement, "but it ruined a lot of things." Now 46, Kevin Federline has quietly built a new chapter far from Hollywood. Living in Hawaii with his wife Victoria Prince and their blended family, he's chosen peace over publicity. His sons with Britney are grown. Sean Preston is 19. Jaden is 18, and Kevin says their well-being remains his only focus. "It doesn't matter what anyone thinks of me," he said. "It matters that my boys are okay." That statement carries the weight of 2 decades of headlines, legal battles, and online criticism. Kevin admits being branded a professional father hurt at first, but he's learned to own it. "If being a professional father means I'm always there for my kids, then I'll take that title proudly," he said. It's a quieter, more reflective side of the man, who was once portrayed as the villain in Britney's story back in the early 2000s. Their romance played out like a fairy tale, to young stars in love, dancing on clouds of fame and fortune. But behind the music videos and tabloid covers, their relationship cracked under pressure after their split. Britney's mental health struggles dominated headlines, while Kevin was left to raise their sons under a microscope. Now, nearly 20 years later, he's using his voice to tell what it was really like. You Thought You Knew dives into that past, but also reveals the person Kevin has become: a father, a husband, and a man who's learned the value of silence until it's time to speak. And though his words about Britney and her family may stir debate, Kevin insists his intentions are grounded in honesty. "I'm not here to attack anyone," he said. "I'm just telling my story. The truth is complicated, and it's not always pretty." Britney's world continues to shift. Her memoir, The Woman in Me, became a global bestseller. Her marriage ended, and she's once again navigating life on her own terms. Meanwhile, Kevin is quietly standing where he's always been behind the scenes, focused on the only audience that truly matters: his kids. Because for Kevin, fame may have faded, but fatherhood never will.